All right, now let's play a single player game. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take out the asteroid card. Technically, so you can play with it. There is a rule set for that, but if you draw it, you automatically lose because that's what happened to the dinosaurs. So I don't recommend that for your standard experience. All right. Give the deck a good shuffle. That wasn't the best one, so we'll try it again. There we go. Make sure it's a really good shuffle. Okay. There we go. The game is shuffled. I will now draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a little bit about the basic probabilities that are at play here. You, the player, start with 5 cards, and you only draw 1 card per turn. The game will always just will draw 2 cards, but it has no hand. So that's kind of, so the game will play more at a time, but you have the opportunity to strategize, which is the idea behind how I set it up. Okay, so with that, we are ready to go. So I'll draw. All right. So normally, so you get to play 1 card. I'll play Omniasaurus because if I didn't play him, I would have to discard 1 card at the end of my turn for every turn. So to prevent that, you generally always want to play a long neck sauropod at the start of your turn. Okay, so that was my turn. I got to skip the discard, and now the game is going to draw 2 cards. The game drew a herbivore, so it's going to discard it. But the game drew Torvosaurus, who's a carnivore. There we go, I'll let you see the card art. And it's going to eat Ameiasaurus. All right, there you go. So now I get to draw 1. All right, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to have to discard at the end of this turn, but to kind of hopefully level the playing field, I'm going to play Chasmosaurus, who can attack a carnivore of equal or lesser value, which Torvosaurus is equal. So he's going to run him over. There we go. And now I got to discard. I'm going to play him because he's only a 1-pointer. But we'll see what happens. Okay, whew. The game drew a herbivore, and it discards it. And, of course, the game drew T-Rex. All right, need him. Dang. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a card. Pateosaurus, who will prevent me from having to discard, which is really good. Powerful ability. Okay. Now we're going to draw the first card for the game. It's going to discard it, and it's going to draw another one. Oh man, if I had a way to get this card, I would totally do it. Okay. All right. Going to draw for me. Ooh, yes. So the advantage to playing a carnivore on your turn, even though that point played, because all red gems count against you. The point is to get to 10 gems. The first one, if you get to 10 green gems before the game gets to 10 red gems, plus whatever red gems you play, whoever gets to 10 first is going to win. So these points count against me, but I got this card, Lystrosaurus, who lets me play another card when I play him, and he's also 4 points. So he's a really good card. Okay. So now the game is going to draw 1 and discard it, and it's going to draw its second card, massive spondylitis, and discard it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to play Lystrosaurus. It's going to shoot me up to 6 points, and then I'm going to play Lexviosaurus, who cannot be eaten on the turn he has played. So just like that, I am now at 8 points. So feeling really good right now. All right, let's see what the game draws. Ooh, so it's drew Stegosaurus, taking it to 5. Then it's going to draw another card for Stegosaurus. And it's going to eat my Lystrosaurus because it's the most valuable card. So he's back in the discard. And now the game is going to draw a third card because Stegosaurus, his draw 1 is in addition to what the game draws, the regular, normal 2. All right. And then the game discards that. Whew. That was a setback. All right. Gonna draw. Okay. Now Lexvio can be targeted. Gonna play Diplodocus, bringing me to 7. Yep. Okay. 7 to 6. Not bad. Ooh. Okay. Another card I have to discard. Ooh. And then it draws a Spinosaurus, taking the game to 8 points. And it ate my Diplodocus because he was the most valuable card on the field. All right. Gonna draw 1. Ooh. Pachycephalosaurus. He can attack a carnivore of equal or lesser value, so he's going to headbutt a Spinosaurus in the chest. There we go. So now the game and I are both equal at 6 points right now. Game is going to draw another card. It's a herbivore, so discarding it. And then discarding a lot of high-value herbivores. Then I draw Ankylosaurus. All right, just a parade of 2s. And he's going to attack one of these 1-pointers. The T-Rex is worth more gems than him. So since he attacks and does not eat, he has to consider you, the player, have to consider the gem value when choosing a target. He's going to choose Herrerasaurus because he's just 1 point. Stegosaurus would have done just as well. But all right, so now I'm at 8, and the game is at 5. This is actually pretty new. Ooh, it was new ground for me. Oh, that was the first time I got close to pulling ahead of the game after the game was already in the lead at 1 point. Dang. So now the game drew Allosaurus, and he's going to eat any one of these 2-pointers. When it's a tie in terms of value, gem value, you, the player, get to choose what the game wants to target. So I'm going to choose Ankylosaurus. Basically anyone except Platyosaurus, so that way I don't have to discard. So, all right, and then just like that, the tables have turned again. So 7 to 6 points. And that was just 1 card. And it discards the herbivore, the second card. Okay. 1 card for me. Ooh, Stegosaurus. It's pretty good. I'm going to play him, and he doesn't get eaten the turn he's played. So now it's 8 to 7. Game's going to discard this herbivore and discard the second herbivore. Okay. Hopefully this is a good one. All these 1-pointers. thankfully, all these cards defend, so they won't get eaten. And they're also the lowest value, so they're unlikely to be a target anyways. But yeah, I gotta hold out. So I'm at 9-7. 9-9. Ooh.
Hey there, what I'm about to do is technically correct, but I failed to explain it. Soon the game will get to 10 gems. When that happens, I have one more turn to knock it back down to less than 10 gems. On the single player rules card, I state this happens when the player reaches 10 points, but I did not specify that happens when the game also reaches 10 points, which is why I'm about to sound a little unsure of myself. Alright, now let's get back to the demo.
Alright, it's 11-9, so I got to get to 10 points and hopefully somehow take out a carnivore. Somehow. Ooh. Well, I'm going to play Parasaurolophus, who does get me the 10 points. The game did get there first, so I'll say I lost, but I'm curious to see if the game draws a carnivore and really ends the game. Okay, yeah, so the game pulls more ahead, and drew an ichthyosaur, draws a card, and it'll discard that. Dang. Yeah, so the game definitely won. It reached 10 first, and then in the extra round, yeah, it pulled out further ahead, and yeah, there was no way I was going to come back. So there you go. That is what a single player experience of Dino Survival is like.